Hey, are you okay? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? I don't know, it's just you seem a bit troubled. Why don't you join us? Nah, I'm fine, thanks. Oh, come on. You're always so quiet. By the way, why? Why are you always so quiet? Let me reverse that question for you. Why don't you shut the fuck up just once? How about that? Welcome back to the Masquerade of Misery. I'm Miserable, and today we're gonna talk about introversion. So let's roll the intro. So I think this topic of today might interest quite a few people, since there are more introverts than society would expect. And what's the most sickening about society is how they treat introverted people and introversion in general. Because I am one of them, one of those people. And I have noticed, that society treats extroversion as the norm, like something that is natural and everyone should follow. And if you're not a social butterfly, then they immediately start thinking there's something wrong with you and there's something to be fixed in that mind of yours. But of course, there are several personality types, like, there is this very common one, the Myers-Briggs, the 16 personality types, and those ones are also divided into extroverts and introverts. So it means that it's completely normal. But yet these fucking people in society, you're already here suffering and going through all the bullshit of life and, having to be a slave, whether you are a student or an employee, whatnot. But you always have to put up even with this type of bullshit. So what I hate the most, it already shows at school. Once you get into a big community, that's when children already show the signs whether they are extroverted or introverted. And you can see that, there are kids who prefer being a bit separated from the group, minding their own business, playing on their own, while there are others who enjoy being in groups and being loud, and so on. And in case you're a parent and you have a kid who is an introvert, don't fucking try to fix him or her. Don't dare to fix that kid, because there's nothing wrong with him or her. And then at school, these introverted kids even might end up bullied, just because, they are not always taking part in the activities and hate being in the center of attention, or they don't always want to hang out with other kids and they prefer just go home and relax. And I really find it sickening that it's so pushed on everyone, this extroversion, that you always have to be social. And what is especially infuriating is that they treat your introversion as you being rude. That's how they take it, that you are rude, because how dare you say no when they invite you to a party, or as I mentioned in my previous video, the team buildings. Like, even in fucking workplaces, most companies, they force this shit, even though basically deep down no one wants to do it, or only a couple of masochists. But they expect everyone to always go and show a smile that how much you enjoy those motherfuckers and these bullshit activities that they come up with, and they can't take no as an answer. Because immediately, of course, the question that follows, if you say, I can't go this time, or no, I'm not sure, or I will see, they're like, no, come on, and why not? Why? This fucking why. That if you say no, you always have to explain why. What's your reason for saying no? How dare you say no? And since you had the balls to say no, now you need to explain yourself. You better have a good reason why you declined the invitation or whatever. And they start interrogating you, and I mean, first of all, also we should get rid of this crap of asking why when someone says no. Because when someone says yes, like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the party, or I think I'm going out with colleagues tonight to have a few drinks, no one asks, but why? Why do you wanna do that, right? No one fucking asks that, only when you say no. How dare you? Why do you prefer being at home and resting? Why don't you wanna always be surrounded by people? And when you try to explain to them how it feels that, you get drained after socializing and you just simply need time alone, they can't fucking comprehend that. It's like their brains stop functioning properly, and they just freeze, and then, how is that possible? And these were the bitches who suffered the most during these goddamn lockdowns, because, oh my god, I can't be without company. Oh my goodness, I need someone to be with me. And you know what? I think that most introverts, they have the consideration and the intelligence and the compassion towards others to be alright with that. That okay, if you need company, go ahead, party all you want, go to fucking team buildings, go out with friends, do whatever you want, go to a concert, go anywhere where you're surrounded by a bunch of fucking people. And I have never met an introvert where they asked an extrovert, like, why do you always want to go out where there are many people around you? I couldn't bear to do that. Why do you always feel the need to talk? I've never met an introvert, and I also haven't asked anybody these questions. But of course, vice versa, you get all this bullshit that I just mentioned, the why this, why that. They just can't fucking accept that not everyone is the same, and there are people who are perfectly well off on their own. And instead of just accepting that, they try to fix you, they try to, hack into your brain and figure out why you are the way you are. I don't know, genetics, upbringing. And I believe that once you realize all the disgusting crap that's going on in society, and you open your eyes, about that 1% controlling most of the stuff, and this system, how rigged and fucked it is, and how most people, the majority, are assholes and not worth to spend your time with, I believe that basically introversion will appear as a symptom of that, because you will think that why should I spend time with others and be surrounded by people constantly if all I will end up with is anger, irritation, disgust, and whatnot. Because also the more time I spend around people, be it at work or on the streets, I constantly just get pissed off. I constantly feel hatred, because most people are dumb, so painfully dumb.
Dumber than a second coat of paint.
They are semi-conscious and barely have any self-awareness or awareness of their surroundings. Most of them are just fucking zombies, brainwashed sheep.
Millions of semi-conscious Americans, day after day, shuffling through the malls, shopping and eating.
Why should I hang out with those people? And introverts have their very select few who they actually like spending time with, but even then, after a while, your battery gets drained and you need rest on your own. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm so tired. I'm fucking tired of having to always be ashamed or hide it, or always having to be anxious when the colleagues want to invite you somewhere, or your friends, or the school organizes whatever goddamn event, and you always have to think hard of an excuse that they might accept of why you are not going or why you are not taking part in that shit. And I mean, we shouldn't. Who are they? Who are these people to interrogate you and question your decisions? Who the fuck are they? They should just leave you alone, just like we also leave them alone, because I don't give a fuck. They can do whatever they want. They can party until they fucking drop dead. I don't give a shit. Why do they give a shit about me and my decisions and how I live my life? That's what's the most sickening about this, is that they try to control you, try to tell you how to live your life. I mean, for fuck's sake, I didn't ask to be born, okay? And at least the small amount of freedom that we have, let me have it, okay? And don't try to fucking even take that from me. So I don't know when society will learn to respect introverts and how we live our lives. And I don't even know why these fucking people need so badly to change you, because we are not harming anybody, basically. We are fine. We like this. It's not like we suffer from a mental disorder, but of course most of the time that's what they think, because they try to fix you. You know when they say that, oh, I will help you come out of your shell, or oh, you should leave that comfort zone time to time. And you know what? How about you make that fucking zone comfortable for me, just for once, Why should I always expand my boundaries and step out my comfort zone? Why? Why can't you just once make that zone comfortable for me, where I don't always have to feel anxious and irritated? So, yeah, these questions are somehow never asked from extroverts. And I mean, of course, I'm not saying that every single extrovert is like this, because surely there are ones who say, well, okay, whatever, your choice, your life, I'm okay with it. But let's face it, that most of them, especially if it's a group of people together, then they just can't stand that you are not part of that group, that you are secluded or separated, unless, they decide to separate you and bully you, because of course then it's okay. But if you on your own decide that, okay, I'm okay on my own in the corner, not bothering with their crap, or I'm not interested, then they get so furious, they get so confused, and they just can't bear it, and they want to crack you and bother you until you say, oh, okay, fine, I join, just don't bother me. So yeah, in conclusion, I'm tired of this shit that introversion is always treated like something bad, that oh, it means you are depressed, or you are rude, or you are unfriendly, or you don't need company at all. No, we need company, of course. It's just not yours. We need quality over quantity. So I don't know when this fucking society will stop treating introversion as something to be fixed or changed. I don't think it will be anytime soon that this bullshit stops, but I just wanted to share my thoughts and give my support to other introverts who feel the same way, because I'm quite sure that there are so many of us that heard these same bullshit questions over and over again. We should just fucking stop them. That's what we should do. Let's not wait for them to stop bothering us and misunderstanding us. We should just, we say no. Hey, are you coming to a party? Huh? No. And that's it. Why? And then I don't owe you any fucking explanation. We don't owe them anything. We don't owe them an explanation about anything we do, anything we say, because we are not hurting anybody by staying at home or saying no to a fucking invitation. So I don't wanna make this video way too long. I think I said most of what I wanted. We should put these people to their places when they dare to criticize us for, not liking the same things that they do, or not being part of this fucking group or this flock of sheep. We are better off without these people. I noticed that basically most of the times when I get pissed off is because of other people. I hate working with other people, interacting with other people. I'm not saying that, there are not nice ones and people that are nice to chat with. It's just that number is pretty small. Therefore, I don't need a huge group of people surrounding me. Besides also, as a kid, I think I was more on the extrovert side, because I always acted like, the class clown, the leader of the friend groups and all that. I had a big mouth and I was quite fearless. I'm not saying, I dare to do anything, but I was way more daring than I am now. But, when I get really, really mad, then this savage side of my still can come out. But yeah, as a kid I was more on the extroverted side, but as time progressed and I became a teenager, these fucking hormones and all that crap that comes with, growing up and adolescence, it turned me into a major introvert. And of course the number of close friends went down, but it's because I preferred the quality over quantity, and now basically I have only my partner and I don't really have any friends, but I don't need them because I went through enough disappointments and betrayals to not bother with this shit anymore, and I feel alright with this, because people just really end up disappointing you, sometimes even the closest ones to you. So I think that's it for today. Thanks for listening. By the way, sorry for the absence and for not uploading last week. It's just I've had 2 weeks that were pretty tough, and it's related to work and that shit is still going on, but it's calming down, at least I hope so. So luckily today I had time to record. So thank you again for listening. Feel free to comment or anything you want. And I'll see you next time. Praise the Reaper. Vibráló geci.